Hey everyone, welcome to our check-in call. So this one is all about how do we stay on track during the festive seasons or wedding seasons or birthday parties. How do we stick to our goals, staying on track and eating as well as we possibly can be when there's all of these sabotaging things coming our way, because we don't want to be that person that doesn't get invited to parties because like you only eat salad or you don't drink. So the lovely Megs is just my festive fiesta queen, has so much gold and value to share with you tonight about how do we have a great time without ruining and undoing all of our amazing work. So I'm going to hand it straight over to you, Megsy.
Thanks, La. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm really excited to be able to speak about this topic today because I love fun, I love being social, I love food, and I do like to have the odd drink or two. So I'm so glad that I'm able to share a couple of things that help me out, like Kenny said, during the times where we've got lots on our social calendar. So first of all, I always think as well that just think about the events that you've got coming up. If it is Christmas time, I'll use that as an example. We know we've got friends' Christmas parties, we've got work Christmas parties, we've got general get-togethers. We'll probably have our personal trainers might be throwing us an appreciation Christmas party. So there's parties left, right, and centre. And with that, I always associate that with probably bad food and drinks. But what I like to think of as well is it doesn't need to be like that. It's just another day, right? Just another party, just another choice we have to make. So during the 8-week challenge as well, we've come so far and your palate has probably shifted. You've probably noticed the change and you're probably feeling super amazing. And what I think is I've done so much hard work. Why would I want to go and undo all that just by making some choices which probably my taste buds aren't going to like anyway? So just a couple little tricks, and be excited about the festive season as well. It's such a cool time of year. We've got Christmas lights and presents and kids are loving it. We've got decorations. It's such a cool time of year. So why would we want to put a dampener on it thinking about, oh, I can't eat this. Oh, I can't drink that. Oh, I can't do this. It's not about the carbs. It's just about how can you make that one little simple change to make it so it's just second nature. So I'm really excited to share. So do have a couple of little tips written down because I would forget anyway, and I keep myself on track. So the first one that I'm really big on is food prep. So if you know you're going to be busy with lots of parties and things like that, and it's really good for the budget conscious as well, especially coming up to Christmas, you want to spend more money on spending time with the family, more presents and things like that, as we do. You want to make sure that you've got your budget on point and you're doing your food prep. So if you know that you're going to be heading out for maybe a lunch or a brekkie or a dinner party, just make sure you take that into consideration when you are making your meal prepping for the week. So you don't want to have all this leftover food that you're just not going to eat with your families. Food prepping is also a great idea to save time because you're going to be in and out of different parties and you've got, probably kids' soccer parties or something like that. There's so many parties. I'll just stop saying parties. Everyone knows that they're going to be super busy, even busier than normal, which is, all the fun stuff. When you're heading to the parties, just have a think of what sort of parties you might be invited to. And if you've got the option to take your own dish, a lot of people are opting to do that as well. So they don't have, everyone's time poor, right? So they might be saying, you can bring this sort of dish or everyone just bring a dish and we'll do like a potluck party. That's a perfect opportunity for you to be able to take something that you know that you love, fits within what you like to eat, that's healthy, and maybe you could even share it with somebody else and give them some ideas on, about your journey and what you've been doing as well. So it's a really cool, point to be able to make with other people that, it doesn't have to be difficult to eat great, healthy food. And you can, just share the love as well. Who doesn't want to share all the stuff they've been eating in our yummy CT guide? Yum. If you're at a party, which is like got the munchy table happening, or you might have some savory stuff, you might have some sweet stuff over here, and you're circulating around the room and you're having a chat to all your friends, I know my weakness is savory stuff. So if you've got chicken nibbles and all that sort of stuff, chips and dip, that's definitely where my hands like to go on the food table. So if you are that way inclined, or maybe you've got a sweet tooth, maybe stand on the opposite side to the table where it is, so you're not just sitting there having a chat and dipping your hand in the chippies and the dip. Stand that little bit further away from it, so you're actually paying attention to what that person's talking about, and you're not just stuffing your face. Because most of the time when we're having a chat and we're eating, we just, even, it's like when you're watching a movie sometimes, you got the hand in the popcorn, you don't even know how much popcorn you've eaten, you're just putting it in there. So just be mindful about what you're eating. And that's not even a hard and fast rule. I think that goes for any time of year. Just pay attention to what you're eating and how much you're putting in your body, because maybe it doesn't need that much, even though it tastes so good. That brings me to my next one. Just concentrate on what you're eating as well. So none of this mindless calories. If you're paying attention to what you're eating, you're actually going to be enjoying it. And I did listen to a call the other day about digestion, how if your mind is occupied, your digestion's actually switched off. So you actually have to be present for your digestion system to actually work, so you're not sitting there in that fight or flight mode. So I found that really interesting. So at any time, once again, not just Christmas, turn off the telly, get off the phone, and actually sit down, have a chat with, engage with people you're eating with, pay attention to your food, love it, love the taste, love the smell, because that's what it's all about. That's why we eat, right? It's for fuel, and it engages all those senses. If you're going out to a party, maybe not go hungry. If you have a little snack beforehand, that's definitely going to help with your snacking. And just mindless snacking. It's the same when you go shopping, right? You always want to make sure you've got something in your stomach, so you're not like, ooh, buggins, I need that. It's the worst time to go shopping. Your food bill goes through the roof. Maybe I've got to keep a track of what you're eating. And this is kind of extension of the 8-week program anyway. We've got a food plan, and we kind of are tracking what we're eating anyway. So we know we've got snacks during the day. And I think our eating by now, you're kind of in tune with how much your body needs and what your body loves to eat, and how you're working optimally and how much food you're putting in. So portion sizing as well, which is a really great one. Again, every single day of the year, you're paying attention to portion sizing. If you're going to a party, maybe just have a look at what you're putting on your plate. Just make one plate enough. You don't need to go back for seconds. Or maybe if you've got the stuff that you do want to go back for seconds, eat the healthy stuff first that you know that you should be eating. And then if you're still hungry after that, maybe go to the bits that aren't so great. So you can have a few of those, but you're still already feeling that level of, I guess, fullness. So you don't need to overindulge. This is one I found really interesting. I want to find some really cool facts around this time of year, and maybe what changes. I struggled, but I found a couple of little gems. Pour drinks into tall, skinny glasses. Studies show that we are more likely to pour 30% more liquid into shorter drinking vessels. So I don't know, I found that really interesting. So another good point with drinking as well, and we all know, I think we're all told it when we're younger, is when you go out and start drinking, it's like, remember to have a glass of water in between each drink. I don't think I ever did that, although I like to think I did, but I never did that, definitely not. So alternating one drink, one glass of water. Also another great tip is if you're drinking like a spirit, maybe put it with like soda water or a water, and just to lessen the sugary drinks, or maybe a sugar-free. If you've got to have your Pepsi or your Coke, maybe go for a sugar-free option. So any little small tweaks. And another great little tip, on average, Aussies are indulging in 17 or more serves of alcohol, chocolate, sugary drinks, cakes, snacks, processed meats per week during the festive season. So just because we're heading out, or we're like, it's the holidays, I'm going to eat. 17 more serves per week, which is just absolutely insane. It's amazing the way we like to speak to our own brains and say, because it's the holidays, it doesn't really matter, I'll deal with it in the new year. So, and I always find that really funny, is because by the time everyone gets to the new year, you're kind of like, oh, I feel flat, I feel inflated, I feel just blah, when you could really just be still mindful and eating normally. Just because it's the festive season doesn't mean that it has to be crazy. It's just another day, it's just another month, right? And Would I have 7 pavlovas? Definitely pavlovas count as extra servings. So yeah, that's easy to do. I'm a croissant person at Christmas, so all those bad boys come out. Um, so it's just a matter of really another cool tip I found as well. And you add fruit candy. That's well done. Adding fruit. Another cool tip is, when if you're going to a dinner party, you're sitting next to somebody and they're maybe the chips and the fries and all the stuff that you can't eat. If you're sitting next to them, how much harder is that when you're sitting next to somebody and you're trying not to eat those things? It's kind of like this fight with your mind. So if you know somebody in that room or at that party who's maybe not on the same journey, but is looking after their health, is trying to look at what they eat, or is a healthy eater, maybe a vegetarian, or whatever it may be, why not go shack up next to them, sit down, have a chat, and then you don't have to fight with your own mind, because you've got similar eating interests and things like that, so you don't have that to distract you. So you just, at the end of the 8 weeks, we're coming into, like I said, the Christmas season. It is the festive season. You've worked so hard coming this way, and I think by now as well, it's not about just having to say no. I think you've worked this hard. You've worked on creating habits as well. Habits are so important, and they take no time at all to break, but they do take longer to make. So it's always just like asking yourself that question. You might have had slip ups along the way, and that's totally fine, because we're not perfect. This is not a perfect regimented regime. It's just fit into life, right? So you just hop back on the bandwagon. But I remember a post at the start of the challenge was, within the first week, you'll start to feel it, and then you'll notice, and people will start commenting. So it does take that time to be able to have yourself talking to yourself nicely, for your habits to form, and then for people to really notice. So how cool would that be to start the new year not on the back foot, but everyone seems to think that, right, the end of the new year, the start of the new year, let's start fresh. What if you started fresh in November? So why not be like 2 months ahead of everybody else who's just trying to get on the bandwagon, and you'd be feeling great and eating good food and treating your body so nice. So just visualize yourself as well at parties. And what I always found is really interesting is, if and I think, I'm not too sure if everyone did this when you're younger, you plan what you're going to wear, you plan who's going to be there, you might plan on what you're going to drink tonight, you might start eating earlier, so you're going to drink some more, and then you don't want to get too drunk. So I mean, as younger people, we sort of plan already what the night's going to be like. So it's kind of like that at the moment. If we look ahead and we kind of plan what might come our way, especially around food and drinks, we kind of know our weaknesses, right? So we can say, I know my weakness, savory food. Hand up if you know yours. If everyone's got a little weakness that they know pops to mind, everyone's got it. So if you know that maybe that is going to come in front of your face at this party, and you're going to have to make a choice, own it. It's yours. It's your weakness. So why not say, this is going to happen tonight, and make that choice. Do I want it? What's it going to mean if I do have it? And if you talk yourself into wanting it, you love it. Why not just have it? Something like that. Don't fight with yourself for absolutely no. If you're dead set, you want that thing that is your weakness, just have it. Have a little taste. Why not? Maybe a little taste you might not be able to stop, but at least you know what your roadblocks are going to be. You know what's coming. And it seems like a whole lot of preparation. It seems so serious, but I know that at the end of the day, or after you've actually eaten or drunk what you've had, you're probably like, damn it, I told myself I wasn't going to do that. So you're just fighting with yourself anyway. So I figure if you want to have it, maybe just have it. So just come to the compromise. And I've pretty much just summed up everything. I think it's just choices. It's just another time of year. Enjoy, be merry, have fun. We love to fuel our bodies with good food. And occasionally that means the taste buds do love things that aren't so great. But you know what? It is what it is, and we make those choices. So enjoy the festive season, enjoy the parties, enjoy the food. And thanks for joining in tonight and listening to my little fiesta, fun, fit, and fabulous tips, which I will definitely be using coming into Chrissy. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Megzy. That was awesome. I made some notes down here as well. to definitely implement. And it's there's going to be so many things coming your way, for everyone's way, as we do come into Christmas and the new year. And I so many gold tips there, especially when you go to parties and it's barbecues or whatever. We always take our own fish, and we try and take our own salad that everyone else can share, but we know at least we've got some good stuff there. And also too, if you're eating out, guys, I loved your tip about sitting next to someone who's on a health journey. Megs, I'll be sitting next to you, right? But when you're eating out, guys, don't be nervous to ask for modifications. Don't worry about asking about, I don't want this, can you add this, can you not do this, what's it cooked with, ask about it. It's going into your body. You have a right to know. And if they want to think that you're a pain in the butt, well, too bad. You're paying their wage. So it's they're giving you customer service, so you ask for what you get, right? And also another one I wanted to share with you is, if you're going out for functions or catch-up dinners or lunches, then try and steer clear of the banquets, or the all-you-can-eat options, especially if you can't be trusted. That's why I can't go to them. And also, try some new restaurants. So maybe, take your crew to, a vegetarian place or a vegan place, and, research some of those ones. And one of my favorites, because we're not big drinkers, there's certain moments in the year that we are, like my ride is one of them. Go and get some kombuchas. And then you can pour them into a wine glass, and people are not going to know. Because I know that feeling when someone, they're like, you're not drinking? What is wrong with you? That's not normal. So you can just pour it into a wine glass. No one even needs to know. Or even if it's a soda and lime and lemon, no one needs to know. But, at least you can kind of feel like you're, it's that engagement. That's just the Australian culture. Sometimes it's all around drinking. So you're not like a leper. Just pretend. But yeah, thank you so much, beautiful girls, for jumping on. Thank you so much, Megs. That was just gold, 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 gold. Loads of notes. And we'll see you next week for our next call, our next check-in, and our next call of total inspiration, fun, and education. Mwah. Have a good night, guys.